Hey guys, welcome back here to Advanced Bass Fishing, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel. Check out the episode today. Guys, I want to talk about a bait that I have been absolutely whacking them on the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to continue whacking them on it over the next month in August here. This thing is freaking unbelievable, guys. If I've been fishing for fun or my on the water lessons or whatever, this thing has been catching fish more than any bait that I have been throwing by far. So I'm going to show you guys what it is in today's video, give you guys some good tips and advice on how to fish it here. Also, guys, a couple quick housekeeping tips I want to remind you of. I just want to let you guys know about this special that Cast King has on this Finesse bait cast system for this month of August. This is the Kestrel Ultimate. This is a Finesse bait caster. It's designed to fish light line and small lures on, like little jerk baits and crankbaits. It's got a super sensitive braking system on here that allows you to cast light lures without backlashing, and it's got a low friction guide right there. You can fish like 6 and 8 pound test on this thing. So I'll put this in the link, the Cast King link, in the description of my video if you guys want to check out one of these Kestrel Ultimates. If you use the promo code Randy10, you get an additional discount on it. But it is light as a feather. I put it up with this Megabass Destroyer rod. Just a super, super nice outfit there. So appreciate that. Okay, guys, I can't tell you how many bass. The last two trips I have made on this past week, we have caught over 50 fish on this bait and probably lost 25 or 30 more on it. It is freaking unbelievable, guys. And it's this Megabass Super Z2. A lot of you guys have been with the channel. You've heard me talking about this thing. Guys, this thing, I don't know what it is about it. I have tried to figure out in my own mind why they bite this thing so good in the summertime, and I can't figure it out. It doesn't look much different than another crankbait, but it's something to do with the combination of the depth it runs, the wobble, the profile. You know, the color hasn't been a big deal. I've literally caught them on 6 or 7 different colors. I mean, color, literally, I've caught them on about every color I've thrown. So it's got to have something to do with the action of the bait and how it moves through the water, and it has something to do with the mood and the personality and the sort of the phase the fish are in. They just absolutely love this thing right now. So what I want to do in the video, guys, here, and also I will put this in my Tackle Warehouse link. I'll link the Super Z2 in my Tackle Warehouse link in the video description here. They also make a shallower model, a Super Z1. So if you got some really dirty water, the Super Z1 would probably be better than the Super Z2, but Super Z2 is the one I've been fishing all the time. Okay, now let's have a discussion here specifically about how you want to fish this thing and when it works the best. Because like any other bait, you know, lures are situational, and every lure has a different set of circumstances that it really excels in. So I'm going to describe the scenario that I've been catching them in. First of all, you got to have warm water. Now, I've caught them on this bait a lot of different times of the year, but I'm talking about right now, how it stands out head and above. I catch them in the spring, it's pre-spawn, and the fall on it, but you know, sometimes other lures are just as good, but nothing can compare to this thing in August, nothing. So here's the situation it works good in. You need to have water temperatures over 80 degrees in the lake you're fishing. Maybe upper 70s, but you know, 80 or warmer. It's been like 85 degree water temperatures where I've been fishing the last few weeks. The next with that, it's very important to have the right water clarity window. And that water clarity window, it's pretty wide. It's going to range anywhere between, say, I'm going to guess 10 inches of visibility to about 2.5 foot of clarity. Ideally, like the perfect water visibility is going to be about, you know, 1.5 to 2 foot is going to be perfect for it in that range. And a lot of lakes have water visibilities like that. But you can also sort of overcompensate by that because, say, for example, you have 8 or 10 inches of visibility, like dirty water. You can use some of the brighter colors and still catch them. And then say you're pushing 2.5 or 3 foot of clarity, you might be able to go to some more shad patterns and more natural patterns and catch them. But ideally, about 1.5 or 2 is going to be perfect with that. The next thing, and this is important right now for the way I've been fishing it. There's a couple different ways to fish it, but the way I've been catching them on it is I've been paralleling rocky banks with it. And I'm trying to get the max depth out of this thing. So I'm putting it on 8 pound test, Seagarn Visux fluorocarbon. I'm putting it on a spinning reel with 8 pound test on it. Now the spinning reel, it allows me to cast about 25% further with that bait. So I can get the bait down another foot or two than somebody throwing it on 12 or 15 pound tests. This is critical, guys. If you're cranking the rocky banks like I'm going to talk about here, put that thing on a spinning rod. I use sort of a medium fast stop and go retrieve. The pause is very slight, so it's just about like that. Just a hesitation in it is going to be really critical with it. And just cover water, parallel in those banks. Now, if you're fishing it around lay down woods and say the water visibility is dirtier, you got maybe 12 inches of visibility and you got some root wads or logs in the water or lay down trees or something like that, then I will put it like on 12 or 15 pound test Seaguar Visex with a baitcaster rod, simply because I don't need to attain the extra depth if those logs are in shallow water. So that's the two scenarios, but mainly I've been cranking rocky bank. So what you want to look for right now is number one, you've got to hunt that water clarity. It doesn't really make any difference what part of the lake you're on. You could be on the lower end of the lake if you have a dirty water lake that's going to work. And some places you may have to run up the river arm or up the creek arms to get into that water visibility, but try to hunt that water visibility that I'm talking about. You've got to have it. If you're not going to catch anything on this thing or much if that water visibility is over about 3 feet. Now, like anything else, the day in and day out is going to dictate how actually well they bite it. The best scenario for it, like any crankbait when you're fishing on a rocky bank, is if you have a cloudy day with some wind. That's going to activate those fish, and they're going to bite a little bit more aggressively with it, but you don't have to have that. I have literally caught them, like yesterday. It was hot and sunny with no wind, and we still caught them good. A couple days before that, it was hot and sunny, and it was windy, and we caught them. A couple days before that, it was cloudy and light winds, and we caught them. So they're going to bite in a lot of different conditions, but it helps if you have some overcast, and it also helps if you have some shade. Like, try to find those banks maybe that are getting some shade thrown off of them, which changes throughout the course of the day. But I have caught them on about every type of bank. I've caught them on a bluff bank. I've caught them on just a channel bank. I've caught them on flatter, gravelly type banks with it. They just like it right now. If there's a bass in and around there, they're going to bite the thing. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to clue you in on that. I talk about this bait a lot on all three of my channels. If you guys have followed my channel for very long, you've heard me talking about this thing, but it continues to amaze me how good it is. So anyway, guys, you can pick a few up. Probably ought to get on it pretty quick. They're probably going to a lot of them are going to sell out, but I'll have my Tackle Warehouse link to the Super Z 2. Also put the Super Z1 link in there. That thing works really good too if the water's stained. And like I said, don't get too hung up on the colors. I've caught them on every color they make, literally. Yesterday, I have never done any good like on a crawdad pattern, but I used a crawdad pattern yesterday and caught them on that too. So they just like the thing. That's all I'm telling you. So anyway, throwing you a bone there. Hope it helps out. We'll talk later.